My main intention when I was a small guy, I want to join the Sri Lanka Air Force or the police post. But then my daddy was an accountant. He insisted me that I should join an audit firm.
Becoming an accountant wasn't really my first choice of profession.
I never had any career aspirations, nor did I ever believe that I have the potential to build a successful career.
My father was an accountant.
My father was also a chartered accountant himself.
My daddy was an accountant. He insisted me that I should join an audit firm.
My father was my hero.
I was sitting next to him and I was observing him. And at that time, I admired him and I always wanted to be like him.
When I was 3 years old, my mother passed away. And my father, who was a carpenter, looked after me. I can remember the first time I saw a tear in his eyes when I told him I was ranked 6th island for my A-levels.
My father is not here with us today because he was taken away from us during the terrorist attack.
Close to our house, we had an individual who ran a small store which sells cigarettes and little grocery items. And one day he happened to come to my father and said that he had a son who had got through advanced level and said, "Can I get him into KPMG?" I obliged my father and got this boy into KPMG. When he joined, he couldn't speak a word of English. He later ended up as CFO of a public listed company.
At my first interview, I still remember Mr. Miola saying, "I'm looking for a person with a can-do attitude."
So one of the questions that echoed in my head was, what does KPMG stand for?
I joined this establishment in 1956, February 20th.
At one point, I wanted to quit KPMG, but my manager in charge suggested that I take a transfer to the management consultancy team, which was being started up new. So I went there and I joined as a trainee, and the senior manager who was I was reporting for gave me a huge challenge, which I have never done ever before.
My story is that something different to all the other intern stories because I quit the job in the second week itself.
I joined KPMG long years ago, straight from school. I spent about 5 years, during which time I learned a lot more than accounting.
Joining KPMG gave me the opportunity to explore my talents and grow as a person.
KPMG gave me a good exposure to think differently with all diverse kind.
Coming from rural area like the Samaharama to city of Colombo was a big step in my life. It was challenging and tough to adjust.
Working for KPMG means working for a higher purpose. It means not coming to work and doing a job, getting paid and going home. It's about having that passion to do as much as you can, to network with people, to understand who you are, your character, understanding what it means to be a KPMGer.
It's been 7 months and I got recently promoted. And I think I've learned quite a lot and more than what I even imagined.
And I love the variety. Every day is different and I get to interact with varied group and various issues. And that means I'm learning every day.
There are times when I have to work on 3 projects relating to 3 different industries. And this, to me, is invaluable.
I have got involved in many complicated assignments. A lot of them have been very fulfilling.
Looking back, I realized the people I call my closest friends are people I got to know at KPMG. I met my lovely wife at KPMG.
I worked with a client. He was facing a lot of problems with his business. So somehow I managed to work with him and help him solve all his issues. They further want to work with KPMG because they sincerely believe that the value that KPMG was able to give were very high, and it has helped a lot in their journey of success.
What really satisfies me being part of KPMG Forensic is that most of our clients come to us in desperate situations with a lot of regulatory pressure and strict deadlines. Giving them a hand in the hour of need gives us great pleasure, at the same time fighting all the evils in the society as well. This gives me the satisfaction that I'm not just doing a day-to-day job, but in turn I'm contributing to the society which I live in.
You know you've made a difference when your clients feel that it's important for you to be there at their 60th birthday or for them to invite you for each of their children's weddings?
We at KPMG believe that we don't produce accountants. I mean, there are lots of firms where you can go to if you want to become an accountant. We produce emerging leaders.
We change lives in such a way that you see them grow. You see emerging talent grow. You see that you've made a difference in their lives. You see them being able to choose a profession that they're passionate about, not just because they studied for something, but because there's a passion involved, and they tend to realize that working for an organization like KPMG.
What's really interesting is that you get to be a jack of all trades at KPMG and still be the master of one.
A lot of women lose their personal identity after marriage, but KPMG enabled me to discover the potential within me and to establish a new identity to Ranjini Joseph.
Sometimes we are like hairdressers. What we do is we take somebody, we make them look beautiful inside and out. We make them ready for society, we make them ready for the corporate sector, we make them ready for life.
And I believe, just as it did for me, that KPMG will produce and continue to produce for the next 100 years the leaders that Sri Lanka will need.
I'm now a small fish in a big pond like KPMG.
I'm really glad, and my experience has been so good, and I'm very much looking forward to learn from this organization in the future as well.
When I look at KPMG, my heart is filled with gratitude for the journey it has provided me. It was a transformation of a caterpillar to a butterfly.
This is a place that helps you grow. This is a place that gives you inspiration, and it makes you get up in the morning, get off your bed and come to work with a smile on your face.
Up to now I have completed 59.5 years. I hope to continue and then complete my 60 years in next 2016 February.